Hello, I'm Danny Koontz, Director of Relationship Management for Windy City Equipment. Welcome to another episode of FM Corner. Today, we're going to speak about a topic that's important for all facility managers, R&M Spend. What should you as a facility manager control? Depends on your company. It depends on the focus of what's going on. But for the most part, the question usually is the FM manager or director should control the items that have the biggest pop on the R&M budget. That's replacement equipment. That's replacement furniture. That's replacement air conditioning units. That's ongoing maintenance of hot side, cold side, HVAC, things like that. Anything that has the biggest contributor to what your budget is, in most cases, the FM would want to control and needs to control because you're being held accountable for it. So if you're going to be held accountable for it, typically you want to control it. So those are the items you want to focus on. Well, then the question becomes, what do, as a facility manager, do I not focus on or control? Well, you focus on everything. You just don't control it all. You want to let operations and operations managers have a say in some of the processes. Some of the things you might do is take landscaping, especially if you're all over the country, which means your landscaping is all over the board. You deal with snow, you deal with deserts, you deal with this, whatever it may be, but it's all over the board. Maybe that's a great item. It's not a big expenditure item, and budgets are usually set. Let the operations teams decide who's going to do their landscaping. Give them the scopes, give them the dollars, give them all the support that you can, but to let them decide. Because you're not going to be there and you're not going to see it all the time. Let them manage it. Let them manage it locally with the vendors. Parking lot sweeping, things like that. You know, those type items. It's not a big ticket item. You're not going to get burned on a budget by somebody overspending. Let them pick somebody locally or in their market that they can work for. There's a big piece about when you have a restaurant, whether you're a national chain, regional, whatever you are, local people want to do work for the particular restaurant in that local market. They do. It's a badge of honor. Let them do that. In some situations, give the local people, they're going to be the ones that frequent your restaurant. If they're your landscaper, they're going to frequent your restaurant more than if they're not. It's an opportunity for you to grow your business while at the same time using local people that you can reach out to quickly. You can get the information you need. It's usually not a repair. It's just a question or them coming back doing a touch-up, or they missed something, or they need to move the schedule. All those things can easily be handled by the restaurant manager. So pick the ones that have big dollar and then take the little ones or the ones that don't affect the budget as much where the opportunity is there, and let the managers on site manage those. You could probably pick half a dozen. You know, it could be who cleans your bathrooms. Maybe you want to do that locally. Maybe you want to do it regionally. Is there a voice that says, could you do it nationally? Yes, you could. You decide which is better. How much more money do I save by being on a national basis and me managing it versus turning it over to local or regional and let restaurant managers manage themselves? How much money's in it, and how do I manage it from afar? I know how to manage HVAC when it breaks and what to do, but how do I manage cleaning of restrooms? Do I have the capability to do that, or do I have the opportunity to do it? If I don't, then maybe I look at the option of letting them handle it locally, whatever that may be. Some situations, some companies like to use a local handyman. Depends on your company. You have to be careful with that, because what you have to make sure of is if you are going to use local handymen for services, they have insurance and they're protected. Because if they're not, something will happen to someone in your building and it's a vendor that you called to come and do work and something happened. So if you are thinking of using that handyman and it's a local service, and let the general manager of the locations pick who that's going to be, make sure they have some type of insurance and they have a company. It's not just them and you're writing personal checks to them, but it's to their company to make sure that the work gets done. But go through the P&L, Look at all the items that you're held accountable for and find the ones, again, that don't have a big budget piece to them and where the management style may be better managed by the local GM versus you at a corporate level, and there's not a huge difference in the amount of budget or the dollars that are out there. A couple others, you could do window washing, carpet cleaning, linen supply, things like that. Some of those aren't even involved in a facility manager's budget, but those are some items that you can leave for the local manager and let them deal with, and then you support them as necessary. If they have a problem with the local vendor, you offer as the facility manager to step in and help see if you can address the issue and get it fixed. So pick the points that affect the budget the most. What are the high items? What are the crucial items? Don't ever give away anything related to safety and security. You want to manage that at a corporate level, and you want to be in control of that because there are opportunities there for something bad to happen, and you want to make sure you're full control of what goes on as it relates to safety and as it relates to security of your team members. Because at the end of the day, team members are the most important that you have. But the other items, the other big items, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, equipment repair, things like that, signage repairs, those type things, you're usually better off to manage through some type of system and program, and it will help your operations team focus on other items. That's it for today. Thank you as always for listening to FM Corner. Please send any suggestions you have for today's episode or any of the ones that we have done. Certainly appreciate it. Thank you.